Hey, everybody, it's Jeff Mills. Welcome to today's live broadcast. And today we're going to be bringing a special guest to you guys, telling his story of how he moved from West Africa to London and started making money online with the Power Lead System. I want to welcome everyone and introduce to you guys Olu Ayodeji. Say hello to everybody.
Hi, how are you doing? How's everybody?
Everyone's doing fantastic. So glad to have you on the presentation with us today. We're going to spend a little bit of time getting into your story today to find out how you're becoming successful in your internet marketing business and how you got started with the Power Lead System. And hopefully, a lot of members can take some lessons from your life and where you were, where you've been, how you got to where you're at today, and we'll see what your story entails. I'm sure it's a pretty amazing story. So usually the way these things start is we kind of go right into just a little background about yourself and just tell us whatever you want to tell us about what you do or how you do it or anything like that.
Yeah, sure. Yes. So my story, I came to the UK in '97 to sort of pursue a sort of a Western education. So I studied accounting, and after my university education, I started training to be an accountant, but I absolutely just did not like it at all. And that was in the initial days when I just started thinking about ways to run a business. And I got involved in a opportunity program offline where, the idea was you sold door to door and you recruited people into that team. And eventually you'll be able to run an office and make very good money doing that. So I started doing that. And after about 12 to almost like 16 months of doing that, I eventually recruited enough people and I was running an office doing that. And the money was okay. But obviously, I had office expenses and stuff like that. I was getting to the office 9 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes I wasn't getting home until about 12 midnight, sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning. And The recession hit me in 2009, and that was when I decided to start looking for a way out of that rat race, so to speak. I saved money and bought a franchise, but it was the biggest mistake of my life. It was a telecoms franchise, and I didn't have the skills to pull that off. So in 2012, my New Year resolution in 2012 was to, maybe give up on my dreams of running a business and just settle to the sort of get a job and be like everybody else. And that was the conversation I had with myself in 2012. Obviously, the kind of skills I had was just doing charity fundraising. So I was actually a charity fundraiser for the British Red Cross. And In May 2012, it was payday. I was working for an agency. It was payday, and I was looking to get my wages. And I went to the cash machine, and my wages were not paid that day. And I tried to call the agency that was responsible for my pay, and nobody picked up the phone. Later on that day, we got an email to say they had gone bankrupt and they were sorry they couldn't afford our wages. Bear in mind, I had lost all my money in a franchise. I was in a very bad place financially. I had no money. I was really looking forward to my wages, and I had nothing to survive with. So I My iPhone. It was the iPhone 5S back then. I went to a shop and I sold it for £300. It was that £300 that tied me for over, I think, about 3 weeks to be able to sustain myself. But I made a decision that day that never in my life would I, you know, would I have anybody ever determine my paycheck. And Obviously, that was when this internet journey started for me. I didn't have the kind of money to be able to start any kind of offline business. So I had no choice but to go on the internet, something I was absolutely terrified of because I was terrified of technology, so the internet was the last option I had, and it was the only place I went to because I had no other choice. And in those early days, just like most people, I joined different companies and tried, the kind of generic approaches to marketing, and I didn't really sort of do well. I joined quite a few online home-based business programs, and I didn't really do well with that. Eventually, I sort of started understanding the concept of having your own sort of brand and understanding the concept of being able to attract people to yourself and things like that. But I also, at some point as well, met somebody that I paid a lot of money to understand a few of his approach towards how he was marketing his, online home business. And what he introduced me to was he introduced me to the concept of attraction marketing and something called direct response marketing. And I started studying, the likes of Gary Halbert, and started studying the likes of Dan Kennedy, and I started really understanding that this marketing game was all about understanding the psychology of how to position yourself in such a way to differentiate yourself from everybody and attract people to do business with you. And if any, and I remember there's something which one of the guys I really listened to back in those days, Gary Halbert, talked about, and it's something called, gun to your head thinking, which is if you didn't succeed with your marketing campaign, what would you do if you didn't succeed and you were going to die because of your lack of success? And that got me thinking in such a way that if all I had was just one marketing campaign to run, what would I do to get results? And what that allowed me to do was it allowed me to start thinking like, what exactly do people in our industry need? What exactly do our prospects want? And that thinking sort of allowed me to really tap into the mindset of our core target audience. And instead of me trying to just sell them my home-based business program or whatever, I really understood the kind of frustrations I had in my early days, and this kind of secret wishes and the secret desires I had in my early days. And one of the secret desires I used to have in my early days when I was behind the computer frustrated was I used to catch myself whispering, I wish somebody was just here to just show me how to get started with this internet thing. And that secret desire was me wishing for, a coach and a mentor and just somebody to talk to and just nurture me through this process. So what I did was I came up with a sort of a free strategy session and a free, coaching offer to say, because I had acquired knowledge of how to, do things on the internet. I had acquired the knowledge of, promoting online home-based business programs like, Power Lead System. And a lot of people are confused and don't know how to get started. So my whole approach was to attract people to me and help them understand programs like the Power Lead System and explain the turnkey nature of how systems like that work. And the first time I executed that campaign, this was actually just before Christmas 2014. I remember the leads coming through and the application coming through, and people were like applying to speak to me, and I was picking up the phone and calling these prospects, and it's kind of crazy because the first campaign I ran with this process, I made 17 sales, which was for the entry level of this program. And out of that 17 sales, another 11 of those went to buy a high ticket program, which was positioned at $2,000. And I made, commissions from that first campaign to the tune of 11,000. And subsequently, uh, you know, my online business took off from there.
So
So
obviously you got a new iPhone.
oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I've got a few since then, yeah. Yeah, I have got a few since then, yeah. So yeah, so my online business took off from there, and the last, things were going well until last year, where you know the programs I was promoting, for whatever reason, they got, they went out of business. And then I started thinking about, okay, what other programs were out there. And I had known about the Power Lead system. I'd known, that, was a system that was reliable, that was stable. But obviously, when they now introduced the high ticket options, I just found it really attractive as a company to partner with, should I say, and use the skills I had gained to to market Pilot System. So I've been doing Pilot System now since November uh, 2000 and last year, and and the commission checks coming like clockwork, so I'm not complaining.
Well, here's your screenshot. Here's a screenshot showing all your commission checks. I don't know if everyone can see this, but we're seeing this is back at since it goes back about, let's see here. Oh, let's see. January, you had $620. Then January
Yeah,
27th, $3,560, $1,500, $2,600, $2,000. You're averaging about $1,000 a week, Olu. What's
yeah,
how
and
are you
it
doing
ha-
that?
hello.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I can hear an echo. I wasn't too sure.
No, my
Yeah.
question was, you're averaging about $1,000 a week with the platform. How are you doing this?
The process the process I use is down to two things. Number one is the fact that I have this. Hello.
We're good.
Oh, good. Yeah. Is the fact that in my free coaching process, I make it clear to people that if I'm going to spend time with you and work with you and coach you through this process of getting started, I really am very thorough in making sure that I vet people before I speak to them, that they have the kind of funds needed you know, to get started at this kind of level. Because I always explain to people that the quickest way to make money is to sell high value items. So in my communication, I'm very thorough to attract those kind of people that have that budget. That's the first thing. And number two, uh, I'm a firm believer in this. The standards you have for yourself are the standards you demand from people. And this is what I mean by that, because when I signed up, I went all in straight away because I was serious about making money. So I tend to, when I speak to people or speak through my marketing, I attract people of similar mindsets as well. And I strongly believe that as a leader, or as, because I believe that our industry is all about leadership and demanding of people what you demand from yourself. So the standards I set upon myself, that I attract people that have similar standards. That's the first thing. And then number two, you have to understand that deep down, people want to work with people, you know, and our industry is a people's business. And because I'm not just trying to sell people a program, I'm not just seeing people as clicks. I don't see people as traffic. I see, because I understand what it is to be sat down behind that computer, frustrated and needing help. So in the power of connecting with people personally gives them that confidence to take those steps necessary for them to, you know, get to, sign up to those levels. And that's absolutely what I believe. It's something I try and get across to the people I work with. I'm going to say something that might sound unbelievable, but I don't really track my traffic. because I believe in I get it. I attract enough people to want to do business with me, and I believe that if you can look at people and connect with people and lock hands with people, people will feel confident taking those necessary steps. That's my belief, and I think also maybe because I'm West African, I believe that countries like the United Kingdom and the United States. This is just my belief. Uh, I believe that if anybody is truly serious about finding the funds to be able to start a business, we're not really asking for a lot to get started with an online business. And if somebody is truly serious about wanting to succeed, I believe that they might not have it straight away, but they can be resourceful enough to find the funds to get started.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is, if I'm going to give you a business that makes you $5,000, $10,000, $1,000 a week, surely you can come up with $2,000 to get started, and I reflect that in my in my marketing, in my emails, and in my process as well. So that's
I want to talk about that. I'm going to talk about next a little bit about your methods of how you bring people in. So you sound like you're very hands-on. You sound like
yes,
once you get people kind of into your lead capture pages, you're letting the system do the education and the selling and the telling, but you're taking an active step where you want to reach out and actually get on a phone call with somebody.
Oh yeah,
and build that relationship as quickly as possible. Why is that important for you?
Well, in marketing, it's all about having the slight edge over your competition, and where everybody else is automating and everybody's, the way to have a slight edge for me was to be at the front gates and actually welcome people into the party. You know what I mean? And I know that was something that when I was new, I reached out to people, but they were too busy to help me, and I knew there was people like myself that would appreciate that. And I guess marketing is all about finding gaps in the marketplace to be able to exploit to your advantage. So that was my sort of marketing niche, to be able to gate crash the party, so to speak.
Okay, so let's talk about next your marketing strategy for getting leads. Everybody who has a Power Lead System platform, they all know. If you haven't figured this out yet, everybody, I'm going to tell you the secret here. Here it comes. Get ready. The secret is you have to buy traffic. You have to actually spend the money, and you have to buy traffic and send people through your funnel. Send people to your lead capture page. Let that system do its thing. And then, like Olu's doing, reach out to people and connect with them as a real human being and let them know a real person is going to help them really make money. So you must have some ways that you're buying traffic or getting leads to your front door to welcome them into the castle. So tell us about your online paid traffic strategies.
Yes, so I use email traffic, so what we call solo ads. So I get my traffic through email traffic, solo ads. Yeah.
Is there any source you want to share, or any platform you're using that people could go to use themselves?
I do have. If anybody wants my source, I can send them the link. Or I can refer the person I use to them. That's not a problem.
Okay. How about you go to this video? So when you're watching a Golden Power Lead System, and below in the comments below this video, why don't you post a link when you get a chance?
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, let me see if I have the. Yeah, I would do that. I don't have it with me right now, but yeah, sure.
It can be done anytime you want. So just come back later and share that with people.
But one thing I just want to say to people about traffic is also this, please, guys. There's traffic is neutral, okay? So you'd have to communicate through your emails or whatever. You have to make sure you're communicating with the traffic. And just remember that behind every click is a human being just like yourself with real life reasons for wanting to do this. So don't just treat people as clicks. Just write to people and just speak to one person at a time. That's the way I communicate in my marketing and in my emails as well.
Okay. So how's the replication working for you? Now you've brought in, several members now. Are you seeing anybody take the bull by the horns and start to
Yeah, I have a
Same things
I
like you're doing?
yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. There's the 80-20 rule. You know what I mean? Where so I do have most people buy into the business, and life gets in the way. But I have one or two people because I work not just with Power Lead System. I have other income streams as well. As I have other people that are with me in those income streams, and they are definitely running with it as well. I've lost you. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Oh
hear
yeah,
you.
I
My,
can hear you
my
now. Yeah.
audio is muted because the guy's right outside my window doing the lawn.
All
So I
right.
forgot to turn it back on. So the benefit I was going to say of the Power Lead system is the whole leverage of other people. After you build a team of people who are using the Power Lead system to grow their businesses, or just using the Power Lead system as a standalone program, they can start earning commissions when people buy the program from them. And then you get those overrides. And sometimes if you can build a big team, it's those overrides that keep sending you those residual checks every single week. Those $20 commission checks, and then those, you're getting portions on an MTI sale. So if someone's
Yeah.
like Master Traffic Institute, who you brought in, that person makes $1,000. You're making a nice commission on that. What is it? Was it a $250?
Yeah, $250. Yeah.
$250 commission when someone on your team makes a sale that you didn't have to do the work for. And that's using leverage, you guys. It's being smart with your marketing. And so getting a good resource like traffic through solo ads is a great way to send people into your funnel. Anything else you wanted to share? Anything you thought you wanted to bring to the forefront in your story, or any encouragement before we sign off here today about using
Yeah.
the lead system?
Yeah. I mean, the Power Lead system is a fantastic system, and the main thing is I still use once you drive people to the gold level, the gold package. What I just say to anybody is just make sure you connect with people, find out about their goals, and just explain to them, the different kind of benefits they get in each systems as well, and just be there for people, and just let people know that if they need your help, you will help them implement the same process you use as well, and that's what I do.
That's great advice, you guys. So take a more hands-on approach. What we've learned here today from Olu is that take a more hands-on approach, connect with people, and explain, hear their stories, and then show them how the Power Lead system can get them closer to their goals, closer to their income goals. And it actually gives them a business they can have right out of the box. If they don't have a business yet, they can use the Power Lead system as their main business. If they already have a business, they can use the Power Lead system as a supplemental tool to get knowledge and education and training about marketing, and then apply that to their real business. It's an all-in-one platform, you guys, that's really changing lives. So Olu, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day today to just share your encouragement, share your story. You inspired me a lot with what you're doing. You've given me some tips and tricks that I need to be instituting in my own business. So I appreciate you very much. Thank you for being here and talking to everybody.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right. See you guys. We'll see you guys in the next interview series coming very soon. Bye for now.
Okay. Bye.